right, hey you guys, I know my background looks a little bit different right this moment, but I'm actually going to be showing you guys my workspace, like where I'm going to be doing my speed drawings and stuff from now on, because before I did it on my desk that I'd use everything for, like I do my makeup there, do my hair, I used to draw, I would write my poetry, like literally everything that involved me doing something with my hands, whether it was like arts or crafts or anything like that, was on my desk, which is the one that is actually behind me now. So I got a new desk for a different reason, but now I'm going to be using this for my art space, and I have all my stuff set up. So I'm actually going to show you guys my workspace where I'm going to be working on my speed drawings. I actually just finished one that I'm about to upload in a little while, or it should be uploaded, I'd say sometime. Today is the 24th, I think. I don't remember what today is. Let's check and see. Today is the 25th now. So it's Friday the 25th. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning right now. So it'll probably be up later on today, I'm hoping. But it'll probably be up after my speed drawing. So working on that too. So yeah, I'll show y'all my little setup and show you some of the products that I use, ones I like, ones I don't like, and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get on to it. All right, hey you guys, so we are back. So yeah, this is my new workspace with all of my art supplies and all that good stuff. Well, maybe not all of them, but a good majority of the ones that I actually do use on a regular basis. So yeah, let's get started. I'll start off first with my tripod. I actually got this tripod from Kmart when I used to work there. I got it on sale for like 20 bucks. It's pretty nice. It gets pretty high if you pull it all, like if you pull the legs all the way out, which is pretty nice. And this is what I use to do my speed drawings, and I have my camera on here. I love this camera. I actually got this for Christmas from my beloved. It's a Sony. It's a pretty freaking nice camera. I love it. This is the camera that I use to do my speed drawings. Of course, it's not going to show anything because the lens is closed, but this is my baby. This is the camera that I use when I do all of my speed drawings, and that's specifically for when I do speed drawings, because it's a little bit easier for me to use my phone when I record for my videos, my reviews and stuff. It's easier to set up my phone than it is to set up everything to record with my camera, even though my camera has better quality. But I specifically use it for speed drawings. So we have like my iPad with a picture of a cosplay of Scarecrow, because I love Batman, as most of you guys know. If you don't know, then you probably haven't watched very many of my videos. Also, because I don't think that I've shown it in a video yet, but I did get a new tattoo. It's still in the healing process, but I love it. It's pretty awesome. Like I said, most of you guys know I love Batman, so I was so excited when I got this tattoo. It hurt like a bitch, but I'm so happy with it, and I can't wait to get more. I plan on getting a quote, a Joker quote underneath it. It's the one about chaos, and I also plan on getting a sleeve that had like a Batman related sleeve or comic book related sleeve in general. My other arm is going to be an anime related sleeve. So yeah, y'all just keep a lookout for that one, because I am going to be working on it soon. But continuing on, since I decided to stop and ramble, this is actually I guess you could call it a bouquet of magazine flowers that I made. This is actually a DIY. Literally everything that's on here was made. I DIY'd the vase from an old candle, cleaned out the candle and filled it with glitter and Mod Podge, let it dry, and it came out pretty awesome. I love the black glitter because it looks pretty freaking epic. And there's like, it's glued on a candlestick, and literally all the flowers on the bouquet are made out of magazines, because I'm pretty crafty like that. But continuing on, right here I have all of my sketchbooks and my other books that I draw in. I have my mini sketchbook. I love Canson paper. Canson paper is probably my favorite paper to draw on. I use mixed media because you can use different medias on it, because I love, like, the three main ones that I use are acrylic paint, watercolor paint, and colored pencil, or pen and pencil, which is this notebook or this drawing pad is specifically made for. So that's pretty freaking awesome. That's why I love these. And like I said, I have a small one for like my smaller pictures that I've drawn on my channel, and then my big one is for my bigger pictures. I have a few that I'm still working on, but the majority of the ones y'all have seen already. This is my old sketchbook. Like, this has been with me for years, like literally years. Like, this was my first sketchbook that I bought when I seriously started drawing again, because I have a bigger sketchbook. It's hidden somewhere, and y'all probably seen most of these pictures. These are some of my older pictures that I drew when I first started drawing for real. Well, I'd say first started drawing for real, because I used to draw all the time, and I didn't seriously start drawing again until after I started my YouTube channel. So, and then this one is just like a random one. That's a fan art that I drew, me practicing some hair. Other than that, there's really nothing in here because it's a sketchbook. I really don't like using regular sketchbooks too much anymore, because the sketchbooks, the paper is a lot thinner. So for somebody like me who loves using colored pencils, it can get, the paper can rip, because I know that I'm heavy-handed. I know that I can be heavy-handed, so using sketchbook paper is not very good for me. That's why they're sitting in the back, even though I do still love them. I do plan on redoing some of my pictures that I did in my old sketchbook, the black one, my first one, and on some Canson paper, because the Canson paper is so freaking awesome. I love it. And if you did watch my Loot Crate unboxing, you saw this in there. It's my stress ball from Hearthstone. It's pretty awesome. I decided to add it over here because I really don't have a whole lot of space over in my nerd corner, but it's okay though. So it has joined my sketchbooks. It's pretty awesome. I love it there. Now here are my most used colored pencils, and most of these, there's a Mod Podge. And I also made this pencil holder. I actually used to have my makeup brushes in it, but I make a lot of candy like this. If you guys want to see some tutorials on how to make candy and stuff, just let me know. I think that'd be pretty awesome, because I used to avidly make candy. I have so much of it like stored on my shelf, it's ridiculous. But most of the color pencils that I have in here are like Crayola. Like, I love Crayola colored pencils. They work pretty awesome without being hella expensive, because I'm cheap. I won't say I'm cheap, but I'm short for money. Well, I won't even say that I'm short for money. I just don't like spending a hell of a lot of money for something that's gonna run out quickly. So, cause I go through colored pencils like water, cause most of the time, like when I have a colored pencil that I use a lot, it ends up looking like this. Or even, actually I have a shorter one. It's probably about like this long of one that I really use a lot, like this one for example. I love this colored pencil. This one is taupe. I use this a lot for shadows on skin tone, because it's pretty neutral color. It doesn't come off pink or yellow, so it looks a lot better when you do use like a taupey shade for shading skin. Because I personally don't like using like the really like pink tones or anything like that. But another good brand, and I would advise you, if you are planning on trying to build up a collection of things to use when you are doing art, is Prismacolor. Prismacolor color pencils are freaking amazing. I love these to death. And I plan on, like, over time switching out my Crayola colored pencils for Prismacolor colored pencils. I have quite a few like skin tone pencils. Like, I think somebody asked me in my last Naruto picture that I drew of Naruto and Kurama, they asked me what I used to color Naruto's skin, and it was actually like Prismacolor colored pencils, because the colored pencils are freaking amazing. I love them. They're so buttery and smooth. They're so easy to blend, and they make blending other types of pencils, regardless of whether they're Prismacolor or something else. Like I said, I use Crayola. They make it so freaking easy to blend the pencils that it's just like butter, like I said. So love Prismacolor colored pencils. If you've never tried them, I'd say invest in a few like staple colors like black, white, some skin tone colors, stuff like that, and just work with them and see how well you like them. That was what I did at first, and now I'm slowly getting more and more, and I love them to pieces. And I can't wait to get some more because they're freaking awesome. Also, another good one to get, if I can find it, is the blender pencil. It's actually pretty awesome too. It's pretty much like a clear colored pencil that you use. Here it is. It's a blender pencil. It looks gray, but it doesn't come off gray. It's actually like a clear color. You can use that to blend instead of using white, because sometimes when you do use a white colored pencil to blend out colors, it can fade the color some and make it more of a pastel. So that one, you can use that without changing the trueness of the color, which is pretty awesome. Next off is my sketch box. I actually got this from Michael's because I get a good majority, almost all of my art supplies from Michael's, because it's so, I won't say it's so inexpensive, but I can get pretty much everything in one spot, which is awesome. Like, of course, I have a ruler for whenever I need a straight edge. I have a lot of like drawing pencils. I know I got some of these from like Walmart. I've gotten some from Michael's. I've gotten some from Hobby Lobby. I've accumulated quite a few. Also know, like, I have an X-Acto knife, which comes in handy sometimes when I need to cut out a picture, because sometimes I get a little excited and I draw a picture a little bit too big and it goes towards the binding, so I have to cut the little edges off, and that's the easiest way for me to cut the edges and it still be clean. I love my X-Acto knife. I actually need a new blade for it. I also have like other stuff like brushes that I use for when I use my watercolor paints or when I use acrylic paint. Have some markers. I love this Recollections marker. It's actually for like crafting and scrapbooking, but I love using this for fine lining sometimes because it has a fine tip and it also has a brush tip too. The brush tip was awesome for filling in large spaces if you don't want to have to use a colored pencil, because sometimes a colored pencil can come off kind of choppy when you try to use a colored pencil for a wide space. But love this marker. If you haven't tried it, it's the Recollections Signature Special double tipped pen, and it has like a fine brush and a fine tip. So, and I think this one is in ebony. Yes, in ebony. So if you need a good marker, this one is pretty good. It's only like $3 or $4, which is not bad because it lasts a pretty good while. I think that's my second one that I have had. I also have like a toothbrush. I use this for like splatter, like how I did in my picture of Kaneki when I had like the blood spatter. I used the regular toothbrush and just splattered the red paint on the paper. Other than that, like I have a little bottle of white paint because I use white a lot, especially for when I'm doing highlights. This one is okay. I personally prefer, because I have quite a few of them, I personally prefer Apple Barrel paints because they're extremely opaque actually, and they last a pretty good while. They're only like $2 a bottle, maybe $2 a bottle, and there's quite a bit of product in it. It's about 2 fluid ounces, so it'll last you a good while. Like, I know I've had most of my Apple Barrel paints for like years, probably like 2 or 3 years, and I'm just now, like, this one is almost empty now, and this is the one that I use the most, but all my other ones are pretty much almost full. The only ones I'm probably running out of are black and white, but that's of course to be expected because those are like 2 main colors that most people use. But other than that, next we have this is my most used pens and pencils cup. It's actually an old candle that I Mod Podged with glitter like I did my flower vase, but it has like my most used stuff, like my eraser, most of you guys have probably seen this eraser in all of my videos because this eraser is freaking awesome. It's a high polymer eraser, and I actually got this from Dollar Tree, and it was only $1 for like 3. I think this eraser is pretty fucking awesome. I love it. And it's an eraser, even though it does have shavings, it doesn't stick to the paper, which I have a really hard problem with, especially with erasers that are supposed to be for art, like when you're doing sketches and stuff and you need to erase without smudging the paper, well, smudging the line work. This one is freaking awesome. I love it. So if you have a Dollar Tree near you, I would say look in there and see if they have these, because these erasers are pretty fucking awesome. Have a fan brush. I use this to brush like eraser shavings off my paper, because I know if most of you guys are like me, like I said, I'm heavy-handed, so I end up smudging my paper sometimes if I use my hand. So I use a fan brush to brush the stuff off. There's a few brushes that I use regularly, some mechanical pencils. I personally like using mechanical pencils to sketch because the tip is a little bit finer, so I don't have to worry about the tip being too bold. But when I do use a regular pencil, I always use this pencil. I actually got it from Walmart. It is the Dollar and Rowney sketching pencils, and it is the 4H. I love this pencil because 4H is the hardest. I think it's the hardest that you can get. If it's not a 4H, then it's a 6H. I like using the 4H because it is a harder tip. It's easier to erase. The higher in the B's you go, the more soft, like the softer the tip is and the harder it is to erase. The harder the tip is, the easier it is to erase. So I love using a 4H or a 6H when I'm sketching because you can erase the line work easily without messing up the paper, because I'm not the kind of person who likes to do a sketch on one piece of paper and then draw it on another. So yeah, that's not for me. Then I also have this eraser. This is another eraser that I got from Dollar Tree, and I love it to pieces. This is freaking awesome. When I'm not using my high polymer eraser, I'm using this one because this one is a little bit easier to use because it is more like a pencil, but both of these are freaking awesome. This one is another one that doesn't stick to paper, and that's probably why I like it a lot too. And I also like that it's pretty much like a mechanical pencil. You just press the top and it pushes the eraser down to the bottom. Makes it a lot easier to use, so you're not breaking off the eraser when you're erasing. But other than that, my 3 main pens that I use when I am inking my pictures are actually 2 pens by Prismacolor, because like I said, I love Prismacolor. I use the 0.005 fine liner by Prismacolor, and I also use the bold brush tip pen by Prismacolor. Both of these are pretty freaking awesome. You've probably seen me use the bold one a lot more because I used to use this a lot to fill in spaces until I got the Recollections marker. But both of these are pretty freaking awesome. The 0.005 is great for doing those really fine lines, because I know if you're like me, like I said, I'm heavy-handed and most of the time my lines come out really thick, so that one has helped me out a lot with doing thinner lines. But other than that, when I'm not using those two, the vast majority of my artwork, when I am doing line work, I'm using this pen. And this pen has been my holy grail. I love this pen so much. Is the Precise Rollerball 5B extra fine inkwell pen. I love this pen so much. Like, this pen has, like I said, it's been my saving grace. I used to go through pens like crazy because the ones that I used to use before I actually started getting those were the Sharpie pens, and I think this one is fine. Yeah, this one's fine. This is Sharpie pens, and I used to love these to pieces. This was the only pen for a long time that I used when I was doing my line work. But when I found out about these Precise pens, I never went back. And if you are looking for a good ink pen to do line work with, this one is pretty freaking awesome if you don't want to have to use a calligraphy pen, because me personally, I'm not good with those, and like I said, I'm heavy-handed, so calligraphy pens are not the pen for me. So if you're looking for a good pen, this one is freaking awesome. Go for it. And also another good sketching pen are these well, sketching pencils are these pencils, and it's the Zebra pencil, or the Zebra Mech pencil. It's a 0.5 point lead. It's pretty freaking awesome. I love it. This one is amazing for sketching too, because the point is so fine. You don't get a lot of thick lines that are hard to erase later on. So if you're looking for a good pen or pencil, not say the Zebra pen is pretty freaking awesome. It's the Zebra M301. You can get it from like Walmart, Kmart, most of the marts. Anyways, and of course I have like some random like scissors and other pens and pencils and all that good stuff, but those are the main ones that I use. Then next over here in the corner that I'm really not going to mention too much are my old colored pencils, and those are the ones that I actually faithfully used for years, which were my crazy art pencils. They're not horrible because they did get me to where I am today. I can't even get them out because I packed them all in here, but let's see if I can pull one out. There we go. But yeah, these are my crazy art pencils. I used to use these faithfully. They were the one pencil that I had for a long time. I didn't know any better. I was like, these were the only pencils for me. They worked awesome for me at the time, but when I found out about Crayola pencils and then Prismacolor pencils, I never went back. Hello, Levi. Hey, kitty. Why are you on my desk? You're so cute. See, he's biting me, but he's so cute. Say hi to Levi, everybody. So yeah, I used to use these pencils faithfully, but ever since I found out about the pencils I have now, I've never looked back. I never use them except for maybe one or two when I need a color that I don't have in my Crayola colored pencils. But other than that, they never get touched anymore. Yeah. And I have my little singing hippo over here in the corner that my love gave me. He's so cute. He sings "If You Like My Body," which is pretty awesome. I love him. On the lower part of my desk, like I said, I have my apple barrel paints over there. I have quite a few. Like, there are way too many to even name at this point. I have my protractor, which is actually supposed to go up there. I have a protractor, but I have some other stuff down here. Like, I have some in this box, which is actually an old wallet box. I have some markers. These are actually some pretty good markers. I like these. They're the Artist Loft watercolor dual tip markers. I got them because they were supposed to be similar to the Copic markers, because they have the brush tip and then the fine tip on the other end, but they're okay. I actually used them. I tried to use them in my most recent speed drawing, which is, like I said, should be out before this video. Tried to use them in that video and they actually worked pretty well. I'm not too disappointed because they really weren't that expensive, and they're water-based anyway, so I can only expect so much from a water-based marker. But they're actually pretty awesome if you're looking for a good marker that's not too extremely expensive, that works pretty well. Then I would suggest these. They're pretty awesome, and there's a pretty good range of colors, so yeah, I'd say go for these ones. Other than that, I have my Crayola colored pencils, which actually, I know I didn't do a video for it, but I did a drawing of Pikachu a while back, and that picture was done all in crayon. So if you guys would like to see me do some crayon pictures, just let me know. Comment down below and tell me, or give this video a thumbs up, and I'll definitely look into doing that, because I've been actually wanting to do some more crayon pictures, but I didn't know what you guys would want to see if I did, because you guys know that I love my colored pencils. So yeah, so I probably will be doing some crayon pictures because I have quite a few. I bought a lot and I still haven't really used them. I want to get into it. I guess I'm just nervous because I'm used to using colored pencils, so it feels weird using a different media, but it's okay though. So that's what's there. And then over here I have my old pencil case that used to have my colored pencils in it that are up there. They used to be in here back when I didn't have a space for all this stuff. This is just like my fine liners and gel pens. I have quite a few fine liners, and I actually got both of these, like my gel pens and my fine liners. Like, the gel pens are pretty good. They write very well. I love these. I actually use these more for writing, but I do use my fine liners. I've had somebody ask me about these because I think I used my fine liners, these fine liners, in my picture of Shiro. Actually, yeah, it was in my picture of Shiro. I used a lot of the fine liners for her outlines because I didn't want to do a black outline because she is so colorful. So I actually got these and the gel pens from Michaels as well. Like I said, a good majority of my art supplies that I have, I've gotten from Michaels, because Michaels is a pretty good store, especially for art supplies, because they have a section specifically for it. And I always end up spending a hell of a lot of money when I know I don't need to, but that's okay though. So other than that, the last thing that I really have to show are my watercolor palettes. I have two. I have this one, which I haven't really gotten to touch yet, but I got this one because I got tired of mixing colors in this one. As you can see, this one is pretty well loved. I use this one quite a bit. Like in my Joker picture, the whole picture was done using watercolor paints, and I used this palette to do that picture. I'll try to pop it in here somewhere. I'll probably reference all of those pictures that I've mentioned in this video. I'll try to pop them in the video, so you've probably already seen them by the time I say this, but yeah, this whole palette, this palette is the one that I used when I did that Joker picture, and this is the palette that I had been using every time I did a watercolor based picture. Like even my picture of Meliodas, when I did the background in watercolor, just every picture that I used using watercolor, I used this palette, and this palette is freaking awesome. I love it. The colors are so opaque and they work really nicely. You can water them down and they're almost transparent, or you can use less water and they're extremely opaque. They work really nicely for only being like $5 at Michaels. So if you are looking for a good watercolor palette that you want to practice with before you spend a lot of money on one, I would definitely recommend this one. Like I said, I got it at Michaels. It was like $5 or $6, which really isn't bad for 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 colors, which is pretty fucking awesome for only like $5 for colors that actually work really nicely, and they blend well. They blend well together, so it's pretty freaking awesome. Love these. So yeah, other than that, like I said, I also have my other one, which is this one. It's so pretty. It has so many different colors. I'm so looking forward to using this one. I'm definitely going to be using it more soon because I'm going to be trying to do more original work, because I know that a good majority, almost all of my pictures that I have done for my channel are fan art. So I'm definitely going to be trying to do some more original pictures because I need some inspiration in my life. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be putting this one to use soon because it looks so nice and pristine. I have to dirty it up some, just a little bit. Just a little bit. But other than that, that is pretty much it for my art corner. I call this my art corner now because I just love it so much. So yeah, that is pretty much my whole art desk. Yay. All right, so you guys finally got to see my workstation and what I'm working with when I do my speed drawings and all that good stuff. So if you like videos like this, give this a thumbs up so I know, because I know that this one was probably pretty long-winded because I like to ramble, if you guys don't already know. But this is my passion, so I won't apologize for being excited about talking about it. But yeah, if you like these kind of videos, just give it a thumbs up so I know. If you want me to do some like reviews on some of the products that I use, or some of the stuff that I use, or even doing like tutorials or anything like that, just comment them down below and I will make sure to make a list of them, because I'm trying to work on putting out more videos because I'm tired of just doing reviews. So yeah, so you guys just let me know and I would be so happy to oblige. So yeah, so as always, please remember to comment thumbs up. and subscribe. It helps me a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.